But a really good question is to hold up that mirror and say, am I the right person? Am I in the right seat? And so introspection is probably one of those first things that you have to learn. It's about self-awareness. And if you want to work on a trait, self-awareness is probably the very first thing you need to work on as a leader. And a lot of people say, well, I'm very self-aware. And it's really interesting because the science doesn't bear out that all of us who think we're self-aware really are. And studies will tell you that 95% of people will tell you that they are self-aware, but there's somewhere, if you have both components of self-awareness, internal and external, the people who have both, there's somewhere around 15%. That's a big gap between the 95% of us that think we're self-aware versus the 15% that really are. So at any given time, about 80% of us are delusional about that topic. So working on your self-awareness is something that people can do. Sometimes it takes feedback. So if you want to work on your self-awareness, you have to find somebody you can trust who's going to give you honest feedback. You have to spend a little time trying to process some of what we call deep work. Process why you react the way you do to certain information or certain situations. Understanding where your emotions came from, where your worldview came from, where your biases come from, so that you can understand when somebody's bumped one of your beliefs or your biases. And okay, somebody's bumped it. How important is that to me? And why am I having a response to it? So spending some time doing that deep work so that you're more self-aware. And the external piece of that self-awareness is understanding how you show up to others. Because other people will judge us on our actions and our words. We're going to judge ourselves based on our intentions. But if our intentions are not clearly communicated to other people, they're going to judge us on what they perceive are our intentions. So self-awareness, I think, is the number one thing that leaders can work on, should work on. And by the way, it is a habit, not a moment.